What's up, everybody? So, you're thinking about moving to Newport, Oregon, and you want to know some pros and some cons. Well, in this video, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the pros and cons of living and moving to Newport, Oregon, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living on the Oregon coast, especially Newport, Oregon, well then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market on the coast. My name is Eddie, and I get calls, emails, texts every single day from people just like you looking to make a move to the coast. And whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email so we can jump on a Zoom or something of that nature, connect so I can help you reach your real estate goals on the Oregon coast. Well, we're going to get after the pros and cons of living or moving to Newport, Oregon right now. Well, let's go through the cons first. The number one thing is going to be the high cost of living. No matter where you live in Oregon or even in the United States at this point, the cost of living keeps skyrocketing. We see these CPI inflation numbers going up. It seems like every day we go to the grocery store and spend $100 on a bag of groceries. No matter what you do, fill up your truck, fill up your car, it's going to cost you $80, $90, $130 to gas up. And that's just the nature of life in 2024. It's no different in Newport, Oregon. It's going to be a little bit more costly. Things are going to be more expensive. Gas is going to be more expensive. Groceries are going to be a little bit more expensive. The average home price, median sales price in Newport is just over $500,000, whereas the rest of Oregon, it's in the 480s to 490s. So it's going to be more expensive to live on the coast. There's not a lot of affordable housing options on the coast. If you're trying to build in Newport, there's not a lot of land available in the Newport area. You could go other places close to Newport, but if you're trying to be in Newport, it's just going to be expensive. So one of the main cons of moving to Newport is the high cost of living. Number two of cons to moving to Newport, Oregon are the limited job opportunities. Now, if you're going to live on the Oregon coast, there's going to be way more job opportunities in Newport, whether that's a government job, whether that is in the private sector, maybe you're doing the trades, or you're doing something along that nature. Maybe you're doing a service industry job. There's going to be more options in Newport than really any other town on the Oregon coast, except for maybe Astoria, Coos Bay, North Bend, those larger areas. But there's going to be a lot of options because Newport is the county hub of Lincoln County. So you're going to get all the county jobs, city of Newport jobs, state jobs, really for all of Lincoln County. They're going to be based out of Newport. So whether you're doing state, county, or city jobs, those are all going to be available. There's a ton of service industry jobs in Newport, obviously with the fishing fleet and with tourism and with all of the government jobs. There's got to be a service industry for those. So service industry jobs, so working at a restaurant, working retail, different things like that. Or the trades. There's a ton of tradesmen that are needed. I mean, if you're a plumber, you're an electrician, you're a general contractor or just a contractor, or you're a labor, skilled labor, those are all options for you on the Oregon coast. And they're going to be, actually options there. But compared to the rest of, the state and, the Willamette Valley or the rest of the country, I don't think that there's quite as many opportunities there. The other option in Newport is obviously the school district. Whether you're a teacher or you want to be involved with the schools, those are options that you can have when you're living on the Oregon coast. So those are two cons: high cost of living and obviously the limited job opportunities. Number three, cons, is the weather conditions. Frequent rain, overcast days. You're only getting about 160 days of sun a year, which is pretty good if you're living on the Oregon coast. But it's still pretty low when you're used to living in other places. There's going to be a lot of rain, 80 inches of rainfall annually, approximately. So those are things you're definitely going to want to think about. You're going to need hoodies, you're going to need jackets, you're going to need all the things. Don't bring an umbrella because those won't work because of the wind. But just make sure that if you think you're going to just go sit on the beach all the time, that's probably not what's going to happen. Sure, there's plenty of times to go down there, but it's not like a California beach or a Hawaiian beach. It's going to be more of like a um, you know, a sandblasting factory where you go down there and it's just a sideways wind with sand beating against your face, you know, in the wintertime. But in the summer, you know, it's still windy, very beautiful. Go find the right spots, maybe behind a headland or something like that. But that's definitely something that you're going to want to consider when it comes to moving to the Oregon coast, and especially Newport, Oregon, is the weather conditions. Number 4 is tourism impact. There's a ton of tourism, and from May through September, you're going to have tourists all over the place. It's going to affect your driving. It's going to affect everything. Going to restaurants, going to stores, drive-throughs. Everything's going to be inundated with more and more people. We get hundreds of thousands of tourists every year along the Oregon coast, if not millions. So those are things that you're definitely going to want to consider, when moving to the Oregon coast, and especially Newport. And it's not just Newport that has those cons. It's really all over the coast. When you're thinking about the high cost of living, the limited job opportunities, the weather conditions, tourism impact, and the last thing, the cons are just its remote location. It is off the beaten path. I mean, you're 45 minutes to an hour from the closest Costco, Lowe's, Home Depot, those things, they're not on the Central Oregon coast. They're not in Newport. Restaurants like Red Robin or Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever, Olive Garden, those things aren't on the coast. So if you like those things and you're used to those things, but you want to move to Newport, they're not going to be there. So you just got to consider that as well. Those are 5 cons of why you definitely want to reconsider moving to Newport, Oregon. And now we're going to move on to our pros. Number 1 for our pros is the wonderful, beautiful natural beauty and outdoor activities on the Oregon coast in Newport. You've got great beaches in Newport, Agate Beach, Nye Beach, South Beach. There's tons of great beaches all around Newport, great surfing opportunities. There's beautiful rivers, Siletz River, Alsea River, Yaquina River. There's amazing state parks all up and down the coast. There's all kinds of outdoor enthusiast dream when you come to the Oregon coast, whether you're riding your bike, you're kayaking, you're fishing, whatever you're doing on the Oregon coast, there's tons of awesome options on the Oregon coast. Number 2 of our pros of Newport, Oregon is a mild climate. Sure, you're getting around 70 to 80 inches of rain annually, but man, you're getting really a very moderate temperature base, whether that's, the lows normally around 40 and then the highs up to 60. So it's very moderate. A lot of people like that. People ask me, does this house have air conditioning? You really don't need air conditioning on the Oregon coast. Some people like it, but you could just open a window. I mean, even if it's raining, just open a couple windows and you're going to get all the AC you need. And it doesn't matter when that is during the year. Now, if you live a little bit inland, you might want some type of an air conditioner, obviously. But I mean, the mild climate is going to be amazing. So you don't have these crazy storms. You don't have to worry about tornadoes. There are storms with gale force winds up to 80 to 100 miles an hour, sure. But most homes on the Oregon coast are built for that. And it's nothing that's going to be completely destructive unless it's an insane, century type, once in a century type storm. So those are just things that you're definitely going to want to think about on the Oregon coast when moving there when it comes to the pros. Another pro is a strong community feel. I mean, when you live in a small Oregon coastal town, you're going to know people. You're going to know what's going on, whether you're a small family and you've got, a young family, kids, schools. You're going to know what's going on, who's coaching your kids, who's doing what. Or if it's more of a, you want to get involved. You want to be on Rotary. You want to be involved in maybe civics, in the governments, whatever. You have the option to do that. You can, get to know people quite easily. Maybe the arts. There's lots of options in Newport for those things. Number 4 on our list is wildlife and marine life. You can go out on the ocean. You can go up to Depot Bay, do whale watching. You can go crabbing. You can go see all kinds of beautiful things, whether it's lighthouses or headlands or bluffs or beaches or all kinds of unbelievable scenery. But the wildlife and the marine life around here I mean, I've got bears and cougars and different things all over my house. Beautiful birds, different things that you can see on the Oregon coast, but in Newport, it's especially true. So that's another thing of the pros to Newport, Oregon. And the last thing, number 5, is what a great place for local seafood, food, and culinary arts. I mean, there is great food in Newport. There is unbelievable food, whether it's I mean, really the seafood is amazing. You got local ocean, you've got clear water, you've got, you know, the Moe's. Obviously, if you haven't had Moe's clam chowder, you definitely got to do that. You've got Ocean Blue, you've got Georgie's, you've got, I mean, the list goes on and on. I could just go through all of the different restaurants in town that are unbelievable. And those are just seafood restaurants. There's lots of other good restaurants, different genres of food, all, you know, Thai food, Mexican food, fast food, lots of options in Newport. So if you like to eat and you like to eat seafood, Newport is definitely going to be probably the number one place on the Oregon coast that you're going to want to go to eat on the Oregon coast. So those are your pros and cons of an updated version, 2024 version of living in Newport, Oregon. If you're thinking about moving to Newport, you need boots on the ground, you need questions answered, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Love to get in contact with you and help you on your real estate journey. My name is Eddie. I just want to thank you for watching this. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like it. And one more thing, let's just make this the best day ever. Have a great day, folks.